guys? Welcome back to Gardena.space and Gardena.health. We've got several channels. One of them is more focused on health. This one is more focused on gardening and health as well. My name is Denny. I'm the founder of Gardena.space and Gardena.health, and I'm here with Dennis, the guy that's doing all of the video work and the basically co-founder of the channels. He's helping me out with basically everything, video editing, designing, yeah, you name it. Dennis, you want to add something?
Hey guys, I'm Dennis.
Great stuff, Dennis. Like, god damn it. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about gardening, and most importantly, the topic today is soil. How to make your own soil, how to make it properly, how to make your soil at home instead of spending like hundreds, if not thousands of pounds or dollars or whatever currency you use on already made supplies. So yeah, Dennis, you wanna take it from there? You wanna
Okay, I can introduce the topic of today. It's actually something interesting so much. And today we are talking about how to make super soil at home on a budget. And behind the science, there's always a better soil to work with.
mm,
So yeah,
thoughts? Yeah, that's great, Dennis. Good stuff. Uh, anyways, guys, like it's very important to first of all realize that soil is a very important part of growing a plant. Like if you want to grow tomatoes and you're wondering why you're not growing as much as before, it's probably mostly to do with how you're watering the plants and the soil and the nutrients of the soil. So there are several things you can do. You can either go out, spend like I don't know, several £100 on some premium soil with phosphorus, with nitrogen, and all of the compounds needed to grow a better garden, and you're gonna use it. The plants are gonna use all the nutrients in a couple of weeks, and then what? What are you gonna do after that? Like you're gonna have to go and buy more soil again. Meanwhile, this method is basically gonna teach you how to create your own super soil at home, just with composting, with coconut husks, with, like stuff you can find in the fridge, like, or stuff you can just buy from your local shop. A lot of gardeners are wasting money, trying to chase miracle fertilizers, but the real secret is just building your own soil first, like learning how to dig into it, like how to create your own soil, like what it takes to make a good soil, and basically how difficult the process is. So when you learn the ins and outs, then you can go out to the shops and buy your own soil. But first, you're gonna have to learn what a soil requires to be nutritious for a plant and how you can make it on your own. Just have more in-depth knowledge on the topic, before you start buying like like pre-made stuff. What would you
yeah.
say, Dennis?
And yeah, actually, something also we need to understand that healthy soil will always have bacteria, fungi, and other organisms that break down organic matter, and also be able to convert the nutrient into forms that roots can absorb. So using compost, actually using a soil that has compost will help in better drainage and also also assist in moisture retention. So an advice maybe to us who we are trying to grow some new plants here and there, we also need to consider good soil because you can see like organic matter also improves exchange of capacity, which the soil is able to hold the nutrients. So once you have like a good soil, your roots will be able to like grow healthy and they'll be able to support the plant the best way it can. And also good soil is not all about feeding the plant directly. It's about building a system that stores the nutrients and also improves the pH of the soil and also supports steady growth.
Yeah, like it's very important to have a very good pH for the soil. Like, if a soil is acidic, your plant is gonna die. You're basically dipping it into an acid bath. Like nothing is gonna survive. Like that's why there's specific like apps and specific like meters and probes you can put into the soil that can track the pH balance of a soil and basically track if a soil is nutrient dense enough, you know? But the main
Mhm.
goal today is to build a cheap homemade super soil, you know, that is fertile, you know, and is microbe friendly because microbes are a
Yeah.
very important part of a plant's living life cycle. And there's loads of factors you need to take into account, you know? You don't need like rare ingredients or a fancy branding or some expensive like I don't know, plant matter and stuff. Like the main ingredients you need is like a pot in which to put the soil. Like you just get like a base soil from the ground, you know, that's gonna be your base layer. And then you're gonna
Mhm.
mix it with a bulk of like minerals, you know, and add some structure. We're gonna get into that later. Like the main thing to add is compost, you know, or worm casting. Like compost basically means that if you've eaten a banana, like the banana peel can be used for compost. If you've eaten eggs, like the eggshells are perfect for composting. You know, we've even shared videos like I don't know several weeks ago about how you can add eggshells into the soil to improve its, uh like I don't know, like God damn it, Dennis, I forgot the word. Like what was the word, Dennis? Ah, fuck's sakes. To improve the nutritional score of the soil, I don't know. Anyways, uh
Yeah, that's the one.
that's the one, yeah. Uh But yeah, so you can add eggshells like banana peels, apple peels, orange peels, like organic matter, you know? You need to add it to some soil, let the soil digest it, let the nutrients seep into the soil, let it mix up. And that's basically what you call compost, you know? Those are the so-called like slow release nutrients and nutrition that the soil is gonna absorb and that the plant needs to survive and grow stronger. You know, after that you need to add like aeration to the soil. Like a dense soil is not gonna be able to support plant matter as much as a more aerated soil. Like a plant needs to dig its roots in, it needs to find channels, it needs to be planted in a soil that's aerated so it can grow, it can absorb nutrients because a dense soil is basically like rock. Not a lot of plants grow on rocks, you know? So you need a proper soil structure for that. And the proper soil structure is gonna come from adding stuff like coconut husks, you know? Coconut husks naturally create like aeration and pockets of air in the soil, you know? So that's gonna provide the structure for the soil and then the plant is going to be able to more easily just absorb the nutrients, you know, it's going to be able to breathe, its roots are going to be able to breathe. So yeah, that's basically it. Like you get like a base layer of soil. Yeah, to get a good homemade soil you need what, you need a base layer of soil, you need compost, and you need some material to provide a good structure for the soil. That would be, for example, a coconut husk. You will take it from there, Dennis, because this is a goddamn disaster.
Actually, I have a question for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever had farmers saying like the soil needs to cook or the soil needs to be cooked? What does it mean?
I mean, I've heard that before, but I'm not too familiar with the term. I presume it's basically referring to once the soil has the nutrients added in it, it needs time to digest all of the nutrients, you know, so they can be served up to the plant in a proper form, you know. I don't know. You tell
So
me, Dennis. Like, well, am I mistaken? Like,
so it doesn't mean like you need to like heat the soil maybe for it to be cooked.
oh, huh. I don't know. Why are you asking me questions, Dennis? Like, why are you trying to throw me under the bus? Eh? Like, I knew this, you know. God damn it, that was
Actually,
such a
actually,
backstab. No.
yeah. When gardener says they need to cook the soil, they simply mean like letting biology wake up and start processing the organic inputs. I don't know if from there we are together from there.
Let biology wake up. Well, that's basically what I said, didn't I? Like I said, let so like digest the nutrients, Dennis. God damn it!
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
this guy's
Because
looking at
actually,
me like I'm some sort of
mm,
idiot. Nice. I said that, didn't I? Uh,
no,
anyways.
no, I'm trying to get a clear picture of what it means by by cooking the soil.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I wanted to see if your understanding and my understanding is the same. Because also there's someone out there who is wondering what is cooking the soil. Maybe they've heard some farmers saying like your soil needs to be cooked. What does it mean by that?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I mean, your understanding is
Yeah.
on a bit of a deeper level than mine, but it's basically letting the soil, once you've added all of the like coconut husks, you've added the eggshells, like you've added all of the raw materials in it, you're letting the soil digest it, you're letting the materials decompose, so
Mm,
the materials can be actually served to the plant. You know, like a plant's not gonna like if you put some eggshells in a part of the soil in a bit of soil and then you plant a like a tomato seed in it, it's not literally gonna absorb the eggshell. You know what I'm saying? Like it like the material needs to be digested and served to the plant in the proper form, you know.
mm. Yeah, true. And also there's something that actually has come into my mind. Like most of us, when you're planting, we have an issue of like, do we start with the seedlings or do we start with the main plant? And actually, if you're using a container or maybe a raised bed, you can upgrade a layer. Actually, using a good soil for seedlings, start them. You need to, I don't know, what am I saying? Your script is so hard to.
What were you saying?
I'm done with
What
the
were you
script.
saying? Hey yo, I can't with
I'm
this guy.
I'm trying I'm trying to internalize all the scripts he's saying and I can't
Yo,
understand anything. Yeah.
hey yo, Dennis, this is
No,
either gonna be the best podcast or the worst podcast of the series. Like, god damn it.
no. Oh, benefits. Let me
Yeah.
jump into that. Okay, actually, one of the benefits of good using good soil is
Mm,
when you have a good soil structure, means your root can be able to penetrate in the soil easily and also be able to access water and oxygen more efficiently. So
mm.
that is one of the major benefits when it comes to using good soil. And also is more organic matter means like more microbial life. Better efficient and also in a long term fertility and germination. And the third one is we can say when you're using rich compost, as you've mentioned, maybe you can echo using the banana peels and also the eggshells. It can help in reduce soil erosion and also recycle. It's more of recycling the organic waste because using the banana peels, you're not just throwing them away. You're reusing them actually to make your soil even more rich. And also it can lower dependence on the synthetic fertilizers. Because as I mentioned in the previous podcast, nowadays fertilizer is becoming expensive. So if you are able to utilize what you have at home, the kitchen waste, you'll make the best compost. So one of the advantages also is you also are able to save up something. You're also able to utilize and reuse and recycle the few things that you have, the kitchen waste, the what do you call the maybe if you're trying to use some mulch, instead
Mm.
of burning them as we normally do, you can use the mulch in your garden, and it can do wonders.
By the way, mulch is also gonna provide those pockets of air and the aerated soil that we were talking about. Instead of using coconut husks, you can use mulch from trees, like tree mulch or tree husks or tree like samplings or even some sticks. The point is to make the soil as nutrient packed and as aerated so the plant can grow some strong roots and it can survive for a longer period. Like a a, a well prepared soil is gonna first of all last you longer than the bought stuff. Like it's gonna last you way longer than if you bought like a pre-packaged one. It's gonna
Yeah.
be easier to maintain. It's gonna be way cheaper than if you bought something from the store. And
Mm.
you can control literally everything from the whole process. Like you can control if the plant has enough nitrogen. You can
Mm.
research, okay, well the plant needs more nitrogen. Maybe I need to add like I don't know, more banana peels or something. Or if it's got if the plant needs more phosphorus, like you can add a specific ingredient to increase the amount of phosphorus in the soil, you know? Like you have like fine grain control over the whole process, you know? And you're not gonna fall into situations where you're planting something, you're watering it like once a day, and you're wondering why the plant is dying, you know? Like you're
Mm.
isolating all of the variables, you're creating a good soil, you're planting and you're watering on a timely basis. So like your chances of succeeding are just gonna skyrocket, you know, just based off of
Yeah.
those facts, you know, alone. But yeah,
Yeah.
if
And
you
you also,
guys, yep, sorry.
oh, it's okay. And also, if you want a better growth, you without spending fortune, stop thinking about feeding the plant and start thinking about building an ecosystem.
Mm,
And also, super soil is not magic at the end of the day, and it is biological. Actually, getting you can also you can make your own like you can make your own soil to be rich in nutrients by using the things you've mentioned there. And you start small using low cost, and actually your garden will thrive.
mm.
Build it once and improve it over time, because you can maybe you can use mulch this time, then next time you say like, I used last time, so why should I apply mulch again? Like you also need to be consistent in your taking care of your garden. The same way we always you Dennis love the same way you always eat every day. You can't
Bro,
say
why are you
because I ate
calling me
today I
Denislav, man?
wouldn't.
Why are you using my phone name? God damn it. Like, goddamn
Okay,
Denislav. Damn.
okay. Let me say you Denito.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we
yeah,
need
yeah.
to, god damn it. You can just call me Denny, you know? Like,
Okay,
god damn
you
it, Dennis.
Denny.
We've known each other for such a long time, man. It's calling. Nah, nah, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, he's
So
taking the
what I'm
mic.
saying is the same way you can't skip a meal and say I'll eat tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the same way your soil needs to be taken care of. So if you're taking care of your stomach, if you're taking care of your face, if you're taking care of your health, you also need to take care of your soil like every day, every day. Check up on your soil and try as many ways as you can to make it even rich. And at the end of the day, when you invest in something, it will bring you good fruits. So
Mm.
when you invest in your soil, definitely your fruits, your harvest will be great.
Yeah,
That's all I
you're
can say
investing
for
in
now.
yourself. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you invest in the soul, first of all, it's gonna be way cheaper than if you bought something. You know, like if you
Mm.
bought prepackaged soy, it's gonna be so expensive, especially nowadays with all of the wars. And second of
Mm.
all, you're gonna grow more fruits, you're gonna grow more vegetables, so you're basically indirectly investing in your own health, you know?
Mm. Definitely.
So yeah, guys, hopefully we convinced you to, you know, try and explore growing your own soil, you know, using the compost and different nutrients and experimenting, you know, just to try and
Mm.
create something on your own. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's podcast or episode or vlog or whatever the hell this was with Dennis. Like, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. By the way, if you've got any suggestions, just leave it in the comments. And also, please subscribe. Like, we're actually trying a lot. You know, we're investing in microphones, cameras. A quick
Yeah.
subscription and a like would go a long way, you know. We'd
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ciao.
see ya. Ciao.